In the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundrin Rockseeker has asked all of these fine ladies and single gentlemen to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandelver, a couple of days' travel southeast of the city. Gundrin was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big, and that they'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandelver. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with a very sexy warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming that he needed to arrive early to take care of business. You all are meeting right now the morning of the journey, where you will be taking the high road south from Neverwinter to Phandelver, where you said you'd meet Gundrin. Now, for some of you, this is the first time that you've met each other. Ahead of time, Nerissa has invited Syd the evening before, I believe we established, as Syd was about to get into a bar fight. Nerissa had invited Syd to come along to help her out with all of these kind of provisions. Gundrin left shortly after that, since he was heading out ahead of you guys. And I believe the rest of you all don't know each other. So kind of imagine this as you all kind of walking up to the cart and just meeting each other for the first time.
I'm I'm busybodying around the caravan, just writing stuff in a little notebook.
So Mary Lowmosk arrives first. Do you actually quickly want to describe what they see when they see you, Mary?
Sure. So Mary is he's an elf. He's a fairly young elf. He's about to enter adulthood, and he's sent out on his first adventure. He's quite weedy looking. He's not ugly or unattractive, but he's quite shy. You can tell he's a little bit maybe insecure, a little bit not quite sure of himself. He's got big thick glasses on, and nice long blonde hair tied up behind his head as well. And he's just wearing, he's got a small little leather tunic on, and he's just busybodying around the caravan.
Nice. And who of you all do you think would be the next to arrive?
I think probably Lishka would be next.
So as Lishka,
early, but not as early as Mary.
So as Lishka walks up to the cart, what does Mary see when you walk up?
Oh, I am where my hair is red and it's in like 2 long braids. And I am wearing brown leather pants, and I have a crossbow, and I'm of average height and average build as well. I think a little slimmer.
And do you think Lishka would say hi to Mary?
Yes, but I don't think she'd say anything else.
Okay. So to set the scene, Mary is busybodying around the cart, making sure all the affairs are in order, all the items are checked off, and a beautiful red-haired half-elf walks up, says hi, and says nothing else.
Hello. My name is Mary. How are you? Who are you?
I'm Lishka.
Wonderful. Lishka. Do you know where the others are? Shouldn't we be leaving soon? I'm quite worried. Gundrin's already left. I think all the things are here.
Syd is 100% going to be very, very late today because she's horribly hot.
Okay.
I kind of expected that, honestly. I was expecting that Syd would be the last one. You'd have a hangover as well, just like from...
So, as our awkward elf and half-elf try to interact with each other, I'm assuming next to arrive is Nerissa. Is she quite late as well?
Oh, yeah, she's pretty late. Like, she's there, she knows she's got to do her thing, because, Gundrin, my bro, he said, let's do this. But I'm not, Syd is not far after me because, we were at the same tavern.
Maybe we encountered each other at breakfast and have been slowly making our way together.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very. Yeah, so Nerissa, she pulls up and she's wearing, some sturdy boots because we're going on a quest, some pants, but obviously a nice fashionable corset with some nice puffy sleeves because hello, you gotta stay fashionable, as a human bard. As always, I bring my sword and my loot, so I'm ready for that on the road jam session.
Perfect. And how does Nerissa approach the cart? Quick question, actually.
Oh yeah, I like Nerissa. She just comes up. She knows, the rest of the squad is there. So I feel like she greets them very friendly, very open, very hungover still, but like ready to go. Trying to make some small talk with both of them.
All right. And finally, Syd, tell us.
So Syd's got short little legs, being a dwarf. So she sort of fell a little bit behind Nerissa when Nerissa was exiting the tavern. And also, she's got a really bad headache. She's also got a black eye, which goes beautifully with her luscious black beard, which is the one bit of her appearance that is, always well kept. The rest of her is a total mess. She looks like she slept on the floor. She might have. She's not really sure. She can't really remember much of what happened last night, other than that she had to go and help Nerissa with some sort of quest, some sort of cart, looking after a cart. The details are a bit blurry to her. So she sort of stumps up and she sees Nerissa. She sort of nods to Nerissa and she goes, "Who are the elves?"
At least the elves are on time. What time do you call this? Gundrin's left hours ago.
Look, man, I had a really late night. All I remember is I'm meant to be here. I'm here. Should we just get going? Let's just get going. Where are we going?
Please.
Where are we going? Has anyone got directions? Anyway, she starts walking off.
All right. So do you all follow her with the cart?
Well, I'm gonna hold her back for a second because I love the enthusiasm, but we did get some instructions from Gundrin. I want to check with Mary first if we're all set to go, since he's been doing the checklist.
Okay, well, I've Mary goes through like reams and reams of notepaper. It's not a very big cart, but he has been here for hours, and it's like, yes. Well, I think it's all there. But yeah, I think we're ready to go. The stock check is done.
Good.
Amazing.
Set off. Which way? Which direction, little elf man?
Well, I'm not driving.
I'll drive.
In the cart. All right.
I'll drive.
Thank you, Lishka. Mary kind of
right.
hops on the back of the caravan, a little bit harumphy.
Yes,
And
and I'll hop next to Mary, so I won't be able to drive that horse because then I cannot play my lute.
perfect. And is Syd going to continue walking?
Yeah, Syd's gonna go into a little jog because she really believes that the best hangover cure is a little bit of exercise. So she's like, she's got short little legs. She can just about get in front of the horses if she's,
I'm just imagining like a penguin, like a little penguin waddle.
She does not waddle. She's more like a sturdy little, like Shire horse, like the little Shetland horse.
Oh yeah.
Shetland pony.
Like
Oh my
Shetland
god.
pony. Pretty solid. She's not really breaking a sweat. She thinks this is gonna help cure the hangover, maybe get rid of her headache, clear her head a bit.
Perfect. So our adventurers go on their way. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. So you guys, it's actually a few days journey. So you guys have spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter, and you've just recently veered east along the Tribber Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. Before we move on, I'm actually going to have each of you all get to talking while you're on the trail. It's been a couple days. And I'm actually going to have you all, someone's going to bring up, asking how you all know Gundrin. So I'm going to ask everyone to kind of go through and share how they know Gundrin.
Well, I don't
Who
really.
asked?
I don't really know Gundrin, but I know Nerissa here because there was a bar, and then I was having a drink, and then someone challenged me to a fight, or maybe I challenged them. I can't really remember how it was, but anyway, Nerissa saw me, and I think Gundrin was there, and I think he liked my moves. I think he was quite keen on my fighting style, and he thought, I could pack a punch. So then Nerissa here comes over, and she's a very charming lady, and she told me that she had a job for me, and my coffers are a little bit empty, so how could I say no? So here I am.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Syd over there in the tavern, and I was with Gundrin, and we were looking for those people that could join us on the quest. So when I saw this girl, I was like, yes. And me and Gundrin, we go way back. I met him a couple of years ago when I was like struggling on the streets. And he taught me everything I know about surviving as a human being in a new town and trying to live my life, and we've been friends ever since. But yeah, this is a bit of an odd quest he's given me, so it's quite new for me too, actually.
What about you, elf boy?
I just look disdainfully at Syd. Well, Gundrin, I've not met him personally, but he is a client of my father, Samuel, of course, the famous accountant from Neverwinter. My father set me up with this job. It's my first time away from Neverwinter. But yes, my father and Gundrin go back quite far, he tells me. Not met the man myself.
I helped him out with his injured pony, and I guess he's just returning the favor, because I need some money.
I know those feels. Tell me about it.
I mean, Gundrin, he can be a very, very generous man, so we'll see what the journey holds, right? Let's hope for it.
Perfect. So as you guys have kind of been discussing, how you all know Gundrin, at this point, you've been on Tribber Trail for about half a day. As you come around a bend, you spot 2 dead horses, sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each horse has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here, with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side.
Okay,
So
Who
if you guys
something like this?
have a look at Roll20, you can actually the dead horses have been revealed.
Oh my god, no.
What?
The reveal of the dead horses.
It's not graphic. It's
Is
They're
that
just-
blood?
Oh, those
my.
are horses.
All right, everyone stay calm.
My mind is very okay.
Syd jumps down.
I'm having a hard time.
Syd jumps down in front of the cart, and she like stamps over there. She gets her 2 hand axes out, and she's like, she's gonna have a look. This looks like some sort of a trap, and then she just barges straight in.
Lishka actually runs to check on the horses.
okay.
She's silent. She's very quiet, and she just runs to check on them to see if they're possibly still alive.
Okay.
She's clearly
Lishka,
angry.
I am going to actually have you roll an investigation check for me.
Okay.
So if you go to your D&D Beyond character sheet, towards the left, you'll see your block with all the skills. If you scroll down to investigation and click on the +2 next to it, then you can roll for it.
Just a moment. Okay, what do I do?
Okay, go. You're on your character sheet.
Yes.
You see on the left the box of skills that starts with acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, etc.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you scroll down, you'll see
Investigation.
investigation. Then click the +2
+2.
next to it to roll the die.
I got 20.
Oh, nice. So you actually recognize both of these horses. And they are Gundrin and Sildar's horses.
Oh shit.
You actually have performed like veterinary your vet duties on one of these horses. Like you recognize them, and they are completely dead. They've been dead for about a day, you'd say. And it's super clear that it's the arrows that killed the horses. Since you got such a high roll on your investigation, you also see that the saddlebags on the side of the horses have been looted. And nearby the saddlebags lies an empty leather map case.
I feel like at this point Syd is like running up the banks of the thing with like with the 2X's trying to find people, being like, "Where are you? I know you're here somewhere."
Oh my god.
So as Syd starts picking her fight, suddenly out of the brush comes a and it flies right past her, and it's an arrow. And I'm gonna have all of you roll initiative.
Initiative. Okay.
13.
Where is initiative?
It is at the
Oh,
top.
I see it. Yeah. Okay.
I got 20.
I got
Beautiful.
20 as well.
Beautiful. And Mary.
I got 5.
Okay.
Mary
Perfect.
is so useless. Oh my god.
Mary at this point is like trembling by the caravan. I've got my little mace and my shield, and I'm just like.
I just want to focus on roll 20 for a moment. You kind of hear a battle cry, actually. They're pretty amped up by Syd, actually. And you hear a battle cry of 4 goblins. And they're like, ah! Ah! And they're just like ready to fucking go. And so the first goblin is going to shoot his arrow at Syd because she's trying to pick a fight. So that is going to be a natural 20 to hit.
That does hit me, unfortunately.
And that is going to do 6 piercing damage.
Okie dokie.
So out of nowhere, an arrow just flies out and hits Syd in the shoulder. But she's still feeling good. The next goblin is going to run out and take a swing at Lishka.
Oh shit, I do long distance. Like okay.
That is going to be an 11 to hit.
What does that mean for me?
So if you go to your page, right next to initiative, actually, you'll see your armor class.
That's 11.
Okay, so if it's the same number, then that means it hits.
So what happens? Am I hurt?
So now he's going to swing his scimitar at you. He's going to do 2 slashing damage. Well, 3 slashing damage, sorry.
Okay, do I write that down somewhere?
Yes. So in the top right of your character sheet, you see where you have hit points, the hit point box?
Yes.
So there's a place there where you can type in or
Damage.
use... Yeah, so type in 3 and then click damage.
Okay.
And then the next goblin is going to come out, and he's going to actually start to head towards the cart. So he'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
I'm like grabbing Nerissa. Like,
Can I take out my sword at this point?
You can. You can't use it yet because it's not your turn, but yes, you can take out
Okay.
your sword.
Oh yeah, it's ready.
Okay. And that's all he can do because he used all of his movement, so he can't attack. All right, next is Lishka's turn.
It is? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm getting my crossbow ready.
Okay.
And I remember where the arrow came from that shot Syd.
Uh-huh.
And so I aim for that direction. And
Okay, perfect. So then go to your action box and click on the +2 next to your longbow.
okay. Got it. 21.
Perfect. That is a hit. So then next to that, it has damage. So if you want to click the button for that for damage, and then tell me how much damage you do.
3.
Perfect. So in the bushes, in the brush, you just hear a "Ugh," as you know that the goblin has been hit. Nerissa, show us what you got.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna jump off the car and I will attack the goblin with my sword, trying to hit him in the neck.
Okay, perfect. Can you move your character next to him on roll 20?
I can, I think. Oh, Jesus. You guys.
So if you...
Oh, I can move this. Okay, Lord. Okay, yeah.
Perfect.
I think I'm there.
Now go to your character sheet,
Yes.
and in the actions box, click the +3 next to your longsword.
Actions box. Where the fuck is that? Oh, here.
And if you see your actions and you see
Yeah.
longsword there, then if you
+3,
can click.
just click it. Okay.
Yeah.
I got 11.
Okay, let's see if that is enough. Oh, that is not a hit. So Nerissa stands up and runs over to protect Mary, who's trembling in his boots, swings her longsword, and misses him completely.
Scheiße.
And now it's the last goblin's turn. So he actually steps out from the brush. And he is going to make a shot. Actually, he's going to move. So he's going to climb down 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he moves. And he is actually going to try to hit Nerissa because he sees her attacking his buddy. So that is going to be an 8 to hit. So Nerissa, on your character sheet, next to your initiative button, there's your armor class.
Yeah.
What is your armor class?
It's 13.
So an 8 does not hit. So the arrow just swings right past you, and you don't have to worry about it. Syd, it's your turn. Show him what you got.
Okay, so
Come on, Syd, here we
Syd's gonna go into a rage, which is a bonus action.
Perfect.
So she's just gonna go, oh, I'm getting really angry now! And then she's gonna come up here and attack this guy with her axes, and because she has 2 hand axes, she gets to attack twice, I believe.
Perfect.
So she's gonna...
It does say you have 2-weapon fighting. So I think on the second one, you just don't add your modifier. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct. So the first one's a 19.
Perfect. That's a hit.
6 damage, and then the second one, I don't know how to do it without the modifier.
Just subtract 4 from whatever you get.
Yeah. Okay, so the second one is... Oh, is it 4? I think it's actually 6 is my modifier. Yeah, my...
Because I see here that on your hand axe, it's a +4, and +4 is the modifier, right? So it's 1d6 + 4 and 1d6.
Okay, yeah, so the second one was 30, whatever 13 minus 4 is. 9. Does that hit?
Cool. Oh, you mean... So were you rolling for damage or to hit?
To hit. Or do they go
Okay, so
the same one?
So for to hit, it's +6 for both.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So do you just roll once when it's doubles? I'm not sure of the rules.
No, roll twice for each attack. So the first attack you definitely hit, so just roll for the second attack and add 6.
Okay, so the second one is 13.
Perfect, yep.
And the damage is 5.
So, guys, in a very famous D&D podcast, when a character lands the killing blow on a monster or a creature, the DM says, how do you want to do this? And you need to describe how you kill the creature. So, Syd Stonebreaker, how do you want to do this?
Okay, so Syd's slashed with her first hand axe, and it's been a nice clean hit. And the second one, she just swipes and just cuts his throat straight away.
And the Goblin B is down, and Syd has set a fucking example. And blood is getting all over Lishka, Syd, everywhere.
She's like, yes!
Raise the bar, bitch.
Raise
the bar. This is why I asked you.
Mary, it's your turn.
Okay, after watching Nerissa mess with the sword, Mary just has been like muttering to himself there, like, oh, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And then I'm gonna turn around the corner and just with my little mace, I'm just gonna probably still got my eyes closed. I'm just gonna poof, and see if I can hit one of the nearest goblin with my mace.
I applaud your courage. I applaud it.
I will have you move your guy next to Nerissa,
Okay,
since
yeah.
I'm going to say that
come
from
over.
inside the cart, you can't hit him.
That's fair enough. Let me come around them. Roll to attack. Is that one attack I did damage before?
Yeah.
I think I just got 5 and then bludgeoning damage 2.
You rolled a d4.
No, you roll.
If I rolled the wrong one. Wait a minute.
Just roll a d20 for me, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 14.
Okay, a 14 hits. So then
Yes!
roll for damage.
2 damage. Yeah.
So
Mary.
I'm pumped.
So Mary, with his eyes closed, swings at the goblin and just barely grazes his shoulder. He hits, but he kind of barely grazes his shoulder. But he was real excited about it.
Take that, you scoundrel!
Doesn't that just piss the goblin off?
Probably.
So then
So
Mary's fucked again.
now, seeing that she has taken down one of his brethren, the goblin up on the ledge, Goblin A, cries out, he goes, "No, Terry!"
Mary.
And he takes his short bow and goes to hit Syd again. And that's a 10 to hit.
That does not hit me.
And because he's so upset, he has tears in his eyes. He just completely misses. Terry is dead, so he doesn't get a turn. And then the goblin by Nerissa and Mary is going to turn to Mary, because Mary just hit him, and try to attack with his scimitar. Oh, with a 6 to hit.
Oh, does not hit.
Yeah. I can only assume
that's my
that
little
does
shield.
not hit.
Oh!
So Mary uses his little shield and does not get hit. Lishka, it is your turn.
So I just kind of shoot the goblin that's trying to attack Mary.
This one.
No, I think
Yeah, the one that doesn't hit Mary.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm actually going to have you move here so that you are in line of sight of the goblin. Because otherwise, if you shoot from where you are, perfect. Then you would have to shoot through the horses.
Okay.
Cool. So then roll to hit with your longbow.
13.
Perfect. That is going to hit. And then roll for damage.
4.
What is it?
4.
4. Okay, awesome. So as he's feeling some shock from like not hitting
Syd.
Mary, he just gets an arrow to the back. And he is, whatever it was, he started coughing up blood. Like he is not looking good. Like he's looking real bad. He's still standing, but he's not looking good.
Is this one called
Nerissa? Sure. Nerissa, finish the job.
Okay, so I'm actually going to get my long sword, put that against his torso, only to take my dagger out with the other hand and stab him right in the heart.
Do it. So roll for damage with your dagger.
How the fuck do I do that?
Greetings, it's your resident editing wizard speaking. It seems to be that we have had some technical difficulties with the recording and streaming, since this is our first go at it. For the next half of the quest, the footage unfortunately will be in constant freeze frames. We don't know what happened here, but the audio, however, does keep going, so enjoy the rest of it as more of a podcast. Later, a part of the audio has also failed, so when we arrive at that moment, you'll hear from me again. But until that time, the story continues.
Okay. Go to the same action block.
Yeah.
And click. So you see daggers, the first one. Click the +4.
And then I click on the damage thingy.
No, so click on hit first. So click on the
Okay.
+4 underneath the hit and tell me what number you get.
That is a 21.
Oh. So you stab him in the heart and roll for damage for me.
I'm a stabber, y'all.
Oh no!
The damage is 5.
And you only needed 1 to kill him, so you like extra killed Jerry the goblin.
Jerry!
How do you want to do this, Nerissa?
Okay, so I'm gonna be real dramatic about this.
Of course, I would expect nothing less.
So, holding him with my longsword on his torso, my dagger in his heart, I'm going to take my leg and like sweep his leg off the floor so that he fucking lays down on the fucking ground.
Okay.
Then I'm going to take my longsword off and I shall chop his head off.
Okay.
Which I then take and throw in the forest.
Okay.
Oh my no!
And Mary is shook.
Mary just throws up.
I turn to Mary and I just say to him, like, "You alright, pal?"
I feel so
That
disappointed
was amazing.
because Lishka's like hitting people, but she never gets the finishing blow.
And like Lishka got like the majority of that hit. Like
I know. So I feel, and also I don't. I feel like I wouldn't like really dramatic deaths. I just like to kill something and get it over with. So I'm just like looking down on Nerissa right now. I'm just like, girl. No.
But I look at
That's
you
not-
from a distance and I give you a nod and I'm like, yes. So I have mad respect for you, even though you hate me.
I don't hate you. I'm just not into this.
I'm picturing as well that Nerissa is somehow not covered in blood, unlike Syd.
Right, like she manages to not even get a drop on her.
Oh, and Lishka is also covered in blood.
Yeah,
because of-
exactly. Because Syd's messy.
Yeah, I was probably coming
I'm
back.
course
I'm not,
for the
I'm just
journey.
not having fun right now.
Syd's a messy bitch. Nerissa directed all the blood to Mary, so Mary's covered in blood. He's throwing up, but Nerissa
Blood
is
and
fucking
vomit.
spotless. That bitch is flawless right now.
Oh god.
Oh.
Goblin D is going to run up to Lishka, seeing his opportunity, and is actually going to attack with his scimitar.
Oh,
So
no.
he is going to try to hit you for a 15 to hit.
So what do I do?
Check your armor class for me. I'm pretty sure it hits.
Uh,
So your armor class is 11, and I rolled a 15, so that will hit you.
okay.
So let me roll for damage. Okay, that is going to be 4 slashing damage.
I'm
So-
not gonna go.
Yeah, so Lishka is looking pretty hurt right now. She's not okay.
No.
And next we have Syd.
Syd's gonna yell out, "You leave her alone!"
You tell him.
Run up to him and just go at him again with
Okay.
axes.
Perfect.
So first one's a 19,
Oh yeah, that's a hit.
7 damage.
And before you even lift your second axe, like before you even bring out the other one, it's just a clean hit, and the goblin's down. Doesn't even you get ready for the other one, and he's already down. He's dead.
I like to picture that Syd didn't notice that he died in between
And
the
just-
legs, and like just smacks her second axe into the dead body, causing more blood to go everywhere.
And more goes on Lishka as well.
Or
I kind of need to know, was this goblin's name then Larry?
Of course.
I need to know.
Larry.
And Terry.
Exactly. They were like
Larry's a fucking bitch, like
they were the gang. Like they were the gang, you know? Like
the Aries.
yeah, exactly.
also, I feel like I realized that he's already dead when Syd strikes him down. So I'm like ready to say thanks, and like mid sentence, I get blood in my mouth, and then I'm just like not gonna
Not about it.
no.
Okay, perfect. Mary, it is your turn, and there is one goblin still standing.
Okay,
I
I'm
thought
like,
they were all
Barry.
dead.
Up here. Yeah, Barry.
Barry, oh my god. These
Right.
bitches.
I'm gonna attempt to just like wipe the sick and some of the blood off of myself, and I'm still a little bit trembling. But I guess I'll walk over towards I'm gonna walk over towards Lishka to see
Okay.
if she's okay. How far can I go?
You can go I'm assuming your walking speed is 30 feet, and it's 25 to get to Lishka. So each of
Okay.
these blocks is 5 feet, just so you guys know, for when it comes to movement. So yes.
I'm gonna stand over by Lishka and see if she needs any help.
Shit.
But that'll be about it. I'm not dashing towards the other goblin. I'm absolutely terrified.
Right. So you can't like heal or anything, right?
No, I can't. I really want to be able to, and I will
I think
try,
I'm
but
the
I
only
absolutely
one
do
who
not have
can,
any healing
actually.
abilities.
Okay, you might have to heal yourself then, because I think you're the only person in the party who can heal.
I'm just doing everything today, aren't I? So what do I
But-
do? Do I roll medicine, or is it
Let's.
not my turn yet?
It's
It'll
not
be
your
on a
turn.
10, yeah. No, I mean, my turn, I probably fall over. I probably slip on something and fall over.
You slip in some of the blood. But
Yeah.
you like burst into the dead
It'd be
body.
really funny if you fell on top of me as well.
I come up
to
towards
help
Lishka
and
to help, and then I look over and I see Syd, and I'm just like, oh! She's just covered in like viscera.
Awesome. So we are back at the top of the round, and Barry is out for vengeance. Like he is like Terry, Larry, Jerry, and he still has tears in his eyes. And he's gonna actually try to hit Mary because he didn't see what happened with Nerissa and Mary. It was behind the car. So he's like, "You killed him," and he tries to hit Mary for a 19.
Oh, that is a hit.
And that is going to do.
This could be it, guys. I don't have any hit points.
Oh my god, 4 damage.
That's half my health. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay,
Half your
Yeah,
health.
That's
yeah,
half my
I
health,
also have almost none left. I'm basically nothing.
You guys are squishy.
Do y'all have insurance?
No, I don't have money. That's why I'm on this stupid quest.
Lishka, it's your turn.
Okay. So I am I'm going to try to heal myself, or at least perform some first aid.
So Adam and Kat, correct if I'm wrong, but unless you have a healing spell or a healing potion, you actually can't.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can't heal. We need to rest.
Right?
Yeah, so I know you make a medicine check that if someone has like fallen, like if they've gotten to 0 hit points, you can stabilize someone. So the only way for you to heal right now is after this fight, you guys take a rest. So we can do that, and you can heal then. But unless you have a specific spell or a healing
medicine
potion.
doesn't do anything right now.
It's
Adam,
not
aren't you a cleric?
Yes,
He
I
is,
do
but
not
he
have
doesn't
anything.
have healing spells.
No.
Are you? You're so useless, Mary.
I actually don't have equipped any spells, but that probably fits my character. So.
You're like,
I will
why
not-
did you even run over here, Mary? Like, you can't do shit for me.
I am just pissed right now. Like, I don't
I'm-
even feel pain anymore. I just want to make people feel pain. I don't know. I'm
I
very.
think Lishka's. I think he's taken more damage than I have, but I am screaming. I've just been hit. I'm like, help! Help me!
I feel like I slap Mary. I'm just like, bitch, no, like, calm down.
So I'm actually gonna say, Mary. So you actually have not prepared any of your spells. I'm looking at your character sheet. So we can retcon this. If you want to take a moment, you're the last person in initiative anyway. Do you know how to add spells to your character sheet in D&D Beyond?
I can work it out. I think.
Okay, cool. Just go to spells and then click manage spells, and then if you go to known spells, you can add different spells. So you get to pick 3 cantrips and 3 purify spells. Cool. And there are healing spells on there, so you have a look at that. Mary might actually have some use. We'll say that Mary, since he's super prepared, he would have prepared his spells. You can still slap him.
Yeah, because he's being a dramatic baby, and I don't like that.
So you can still slap him, but it is your turn. I'll give that slap to you for free. Would you like to attack Goblin A?
Okay. How am I supposed to attack someone? I'm like dying.
Well, you can still shoot your bow.
Can I? I don't know where I've been hit.
Yes, bitch, you can. Believe yourself.
Okay, I shoot my
Does that
bow
count as
at
Manouk giving her inspiration?
Mary.
Can Manouk already give inspiration? I can double
Yeah,
check.
can I already do that?
I think she
I'm
can.
looking.
I don't know.
I think you might be able to as well. Bardic inspiration. Are you within 60 feet of her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Would you like
Yeah.
to give her inspiration, Manouk?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna inspire the shit out of this bitch.
Okay.
This angry bitch. Okay.
So you can add 1d6 to your any roll that you want to add it to. It can be this can be added after seeing the roll. It says. So if you get a low roll, I'll tell you to do it. Don't worry.
But what do I click on now?
So Manouk, you need to go to your character sheet, scroll all the way down to the bottom in the actions box, and you see there's Bardic Inspiration under bonus actions. And you'll have to click one slot because you just used one of your inspirations.
Aha, okay. Clicked.
Perfect. Lishka, you will need to roll to attack with your longbow again.
Yes. 9.
That is a miss.
Of course it is. I'm freaking dying.
Yeah, so Lishka's dying and she missed.
I'm
I
not dying.
try to inspire you. I yell
Oh,
from
actually,
the distance.
Oh, yeah,
would you like to add a d6?
Yeah, you can add a D6.
So you can roll a die, a d6 die. So if you go to your character sheet, in the bottom left, you'll actually see a little dice circle that's hovering. If you click the one that looks like a cube and tell me what you roll.
Cube. Roll. 1.
So even though you really felt Nerissa's yes, bitch, you are still too hurt, and you miss completely. And next is going to be Nerissa.
Yeah, okay, let's see where we are in this bitch. Okay, so I'm behind the cart, and Barry is over there.
Yes.
Barry.
Barry. Well, I'm gonna. Can I actually move over with the horses and the cart to Barry?
Like you want to move the horses over there?
Yeah.
Sure. Where do you want to move them?
Can I just do it, or can I just next to Barry?
I need to move them for you, but they're still going to be on the trail.
Yes.
So like they're not going to climb up the hill, but I can move them up there. I moved them there for you.
Yeah, so I want to put the card there so I can, protect Lishka and Mary from more harm.
Okay.
And then oh my god, wait.
I moved you.
Can I cast a spell?
Question? Sure. Let's try it.
Okay. Can I try Vicious Mockery at Barry?
What do you
Yes.
say?
But you have to tell us what you're gonna say.
I'm gonna
What's he
say,
wearing?
what is Barry wearing?
Now
Okay.
that's what you choose.
I'm gonna come over on those horses, and first of all, I'm gonna say, Barry, you fucking bitch, what are you even wearing? come up to like our squad, and how dare you? I'm going to yell at him, what you egg? I bite my thumb at thee. And and lastly, I'm going to say that his mother is probably very disappointed in him, and he should be ashamed of himself.
I
Okay.
feel like Mary starts crying, honestly. Pushes him over the edge.
So, because it's a spell, Barry actually has to make a save of Wisdom 13, and he does not make it. So your Vicious Mockery gets to him. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna have you roll.
Always bring up the mom.
So I'm gonna have you roll for damage. So if you click on that 1d4 button next to Vicious Mockery.
You were mocking the goblin. I heard Mary instead of Barry, and I was like,
Oh no,
I'm like,
Barry!
this is not the time. Oh my god.
Okay, so I just click on the button.
Yes, and tell me what number you get.
Mary probably starts crying anyway.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's why.
I pictured that happening
I
anyway.
also thought that Mary was just gonna start crying because she was so mean to the goblin.
I got a 3.
Oh shit. Okay. So Barry just starts sobbing. Like he just loses it. Like he actually like goes down on his knees and just starts crying. Like
Yes, crying, you little bitch.
and he actually like throws his bow down and he's like, please spare me. I'll tell you where your friends are, please. What do you guys do?
Someone's gonna have to hold Syd back because Syd's like still in her rage.
I say we should spare him, but obviously I don't have the strength to hold Syd back right now.
Yeah, I can't hold Syd back.
Both Mary and Lishka are like holding Syd, but it's doing nothing. Like she's literally like pulling them along.
I'm like on the floor. I'm like on the ground, just holding onto her ankle.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Syd and be like, girl, listen. Okay. So listen here. What we're going to do is we need Barry's information. We need it. So I get it. I get the anger. I see it.
Me!
So let's make a compromise. You get to like just punch him as much as you like, but keep him alive so we can get his information. Do we have a deal?
Syd's just gonna close her eyes, like she's gonna squeeze her eyes really close, and she's gonna go, practice your breathing, just like Dad said. Ooh, I thought about Dad.
Practice it, girl.
Thought about Dad.
Practice it, girl.
Not a good move. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
All right. So unlimited punches for you. We need to keep him alive. And
And it's not unlimited.
Yeah, then it's not unlimited.
okay, it's not unlimited.
Also, you have to make the face off
It's
limits.
unlimited punches for Mary because Mary does 0 damage with
You
his
can just keep
punches.
hitting him.
But like Syd does damage with her punches. So
I do
it's
quite a lot
different.
of damage with my punches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's cool. Ask your questions. It's under control.
All right.
So, do we have a deal?
Mary,
have-
punch him.
Mary, get over here.
I'm like looking between the goblin and between Syd, like not sure who I'm scared of most.
Like, we need Mary to come up with the contract so that he will keep his word. So, Mary, I need you to get your ass over here.
Mary, punch
Okay,
him. Punch him, Mary. Punch him right now.
Please, can I get this blood and vomit off myself first?
There is no time, Mary. There is no time.
Fine. I'm like lying on the floor where I've just been like holding onto Syd's ankle. I just reach into my pocket and get out my quill and a little bit of parchment, and I start writing up a little contract for the goblin.
You do your thing. Do it. Yeah.
Can I
And-
pass this quill and parchment over to the goblin? And I assume he doesn't know how to write. But
Yeah, so Barry comes over and he doesn't have his weapons anymore. Like he wants his life. Like he's willing to to work with you guys. Like he sees like he's outnumbered now. Like he knows that hope is lost. It's like, and he takes it and he's like, I can't read.
I was like, don't worry at all. Just it's a standard agreement. Just sign here. You could put a little X or whatever, or a paw print, whatever it is you do.
And he like takes the quill and he's like,
I'm like, yes. I calm down a little bit because I get to. I'm like in my zone now. This is accountancy stuff.
he just like draws a line like on the parchment, like not even where he's supposed to sign, just like
It's a line.
is that good enough?
Yeah, I suppose that'll do. I take it from him and I turn back to the guys. But he did it! And I look really pleased.
Punch him, Mary!
And I give him a little punch just for good measure.
And the goblin's like, what was that? So, what do you want to know?
Well,
Oh yeah, we want to know where these horses? Did you kill them? Where are the owners?
Yeah, so, there was, a dwarf man and a really attractive tall man, and it's like,
Silda!
and we were told by Clark that we had to attack them, but we couldn't kill them, and we had to bring them to our hideout, which is it's called the Kragma hideout, and so we had to kill their horses and get everything they were carrying, and then we tied them up and we took them to our hideout. And Clark is our leader. He's a bugbear.
So Syd like strides over and picks the goblin up and is like, where's the hideout? Sorry. Where's the hideout?
I'll take you there, I promise. I'll take you.
okay, before Syd can do anything else, I'm gonna say, so before we ask you anything else, I would like to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hot is Sildar? And I need you to answer this, Barry. We're very serious.
How hot was the attractive man is what she's asking.
Yes, how hot was he?
I'm not a human, but I think by human standards, he was at least I can't count.
I feel like that counts as unlimited, so we obviously need to go save this man as well. Syd, go off. Do your thing.
Alright, so Syd sort of drops the goblin and goes, go on then. Where are we going?
So side note, so outside of game. So first of all, Nerissa, I see that you don't have all of your spells equipped, so that could be good for you just to do.
Well, I thought I could only do 2. I couldn't add more than 2.
So you get 2 cantrips and you get 2 first level spells. So you did add your 2 cantrips, but if you scroll down, you can see all the first level spells.
What is the
that you
difference
can
between
get.
a cantrip and a spell?
So a cantrip you can use anytime. You have unlimited usage of a cantrip. A spell, whenever you use a spell, it takes up a spell slot. So you'll see that you actually have 2 first level spell slots, meaning that you can only cast 2 spells in between rests.
Okay.
So have a look at that. Before Barry leads you guys down the trail, I do know that some of you guys are really hurt.
Oh yeah, I just think that someone will have to tell Syd that we need to rest.
Yeah, so I was going to say either your guys' options are to either rest, or if Mary and Nerissa have prepared their healing spells, then you guys can use that. But you can rest, like that's fine. It was a big battle.
Mary would like to rest. He'd like to try and clean as much vomit and blood off of himself. And mud, I guess, I fell over too. So.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to encourage, I'm going to ask Barry, do goblins, do you eat? I've not met many goblins before.
Of course we eat.
Okay.
Meat.
Maybe we should have a short rest before, where was the camp that you said you were taking us to?
It's up
I'm
north,
writing it down.
just on this trail up here. I'll take you.
Okay. Okay, well, can we make a little campfire then and have a rest by the caravan? Does everyone want to do that?
She doesn't like give any proper objections. She's just like and sort of kicks.
Yes. So you guys can set up some camp. So I will say that Lishka, being the ranger of the group, helps you guys find like a little clearing. to properly
Someone's
set
gonna have to
up.
carry me.
Oh, someone will have to carry you.
Yeah, I'm literally fucked. I only have like 4 left. 4 whatever they're called.
Hit points.
Yeah. And I had 11 at the start.
Yeah, that's very high anyway. So another question is, do you guys want to take a long rest or a short rest? So a short rest is like 4 hours long, and you guys have to roll something called hit dice to determine how many hit points you get back. If you do a long rest, it's 8 hours, and you get all of your hit points back if you do a long rest. Another thing to point out is that if you do a long rest, that means you will be approaching the Kragmaw hideout in the evening, because it was about midday that this happened. Sorry, go ahead.
We should do a long rest. Hear me out. Because they don't want to kill Gundrin and Sildar. We've established that. So they're not going to be dead. So we're not rushing to save their lives. At least
Plus,
not
I think we'll have an advantage by arriving at night.
I have night vision because I'm half elf.
I also have night vision.
Yeah.
I was about
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't,
Then-
but it's a song.
And we'll also have like our hit points will be completely full again. So we'll be completely at our strongest again. So I think that's the best option.
Okay, I think Mary would have suggested a short rest because he's keen to get moving, but I think he would have been convinced by the idea that because you guys are better fighters than I am. If you think that we can ambush them at night, then I guess I'd go along with that.
Syd wanted a short rest, but she also goes, yeah, I guess it would be better to take them a surprise. And think tactically, Syd. Think tactically.
Okay, cool. What are you guys gonna do with Barry while you all are resting?
Oh, Syd's like sitting on
Nerissa knows bondage, and also she's familiar with ropes because of her time on the pirate ship, so she just like ties him up in a really elaborate way.
Oh yeah, I do know great knots. So, and since our man Mary, made sure that the ropes, all of the supplies were in our cart, I'm gonna take a rope and tie our friend Barry up, and then I'm gonna. Yes, I was going to ask Syd to have her go at whatever the fuck she wants to do.
She's gonna sit on him. She's just gonna sit on him.
Sit on his face.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna cut that out.
No, don't cut it out.
That's canon now.
Sit on his face.
Right, Syd sits on his face, but not in a sexual way.
He just like farts.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like that's in character though.
It 100%.
And he's like,
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna say that like if you don't shift, you will smother him in the night.
Yeah, we don't want him dead.
I won't smother
We
him.
need leverage.
When I settle down to sleep, I just sort of like use him as a pillow.
Okay. Like you can't like sit on his face the whole night is what I'm
I
saying.
sit on his face to put him in his place. Then,
Okay.
when I settle
Yes,
down
you
to sleep,
do.
then when I settle down to sleep, I use him as a pillow.
Okay,
I
there we
want to
go.
use this quote. I want to sit on his face and put him in his place. So now I will, then as everybody settles into sleep, I shall sing the song of Terry, Barry, and Larry. As a soft lullaby. Yes. And then I will then come up with a remix for Sit on His Face, put him in his place to sing for the next morning.
Beautiful.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm gonna click long rest.
Yes, so now
Wait, where do we click that? Just now.
so on the top of your character sheet, the very top, next to your name, go to the right, and you can click on long rest. Long rest button. Have you found it?
Yes.
Okay. Then click on it, and then you should get an option to like reset maximum HP, and then click take long rest, and then you have to click it again.
Wait, so I have 2 buttons. I take long rest and reset.
So click take long rest.
Okay.
Then click it again.
Did it.
Okay, retain it.
So now your hit point should be at their maximum again.
Fuck, where do I see that again?
So in the top right, you'll see your hit
Ah,
points.
yes.
All right, so everyone goes to take a rest. And Barry also has had his long rest as well. And it hasn't been very comfortable for him, of course.
I'm quite heavy.
We could have made camp around one of his dead friends.
The corpses were still there. I mean, besides for that hat that I threw in the forest, but
So you kind of heard Barry like crying a little bit throughout the night. Like,
Cry, you little bitch.
Syd snored really loudly when that was happening.
and he goes,
I feel like Syd would like sit his dead friends around him.
"Oh my
No,
god!"
Syd's not vindictive. Syd's just grumpy and then has anger issues. But it's not
We need someone who's
nasty.
more vindictive. Because none of us are.
No. Syd's chaos good.
So he's gonna go. Can we go now?
Syd's like carefully and elaborately braiding her beard, but she's taken like one of the trinkets from one of the dead bodies and is braiding it into her beard.
Please, can we go?
I'm going to look over to Mary and, you know, have a little check-in with him if we're ready to go because, you know, I respect the rules.
Checking all my notes. I don't really know what I'm checking for. Looking for any kind of rule that's going to explain the situation to me. But I just
Very
can't
like our
remember.
leader.
Can we
Shrug.
go?
Yeah, let's go. I mean, we have nothing
Okay,
else.
let's go.
Let's go. Okay, we get on the cart.
Okay, cool. So one thing I will say is that the cart does not fit down the pathway. So you guys will need to kind of put it off to the side.
Can we take the horses?
No.
Oh.
They'll be fine. Like you don't have to like worry about them, but I would suggest maybe like parking them over to the side, leaving them some hay, maybe in like a
Should we-
more hidden area.
Stay behind and watch the stuff though, because what if it gets stolen?
No, we don't want to split the party.
Okay.
It's totally okay.
Okay.
But
I'd figure that like if Gundrin and Sildar are in the camp, then
We can
Yeah.
probably hide it under
they're more important than the
bushes.
stuff at the moment, right?
Like,
I'm not going to get paid if we don't rescue Gundrin and Sildar. So
Yeah,
it's a good point.
that is a very good point. Okay, so let's take the horses and the cart off the road.
Yep.
Somewhere in the woods. You know, get them a nice tree, some nice grass. Yes.
perfect. So you guys do that, and you get ready to head down the trail with Barry taking the lead. Can you untie me now?
No.
No.
Okay. And I'm gonna need you guys to tell me your marching order.
Syd is
So who
one
is going to
step
be?
at the head of the
Okay. So Syd's right after Barry. Who's after
Probably
Syd?
Carrying Barry.
Okay.
I think Mary should be in the middle because he's a scaredy cat, so he would prefer to be
Yeah.
in the middle.
I don't want to be in the back or the front, but I'll go somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
What?
can
Lishka should probably be at
think-
the back because she's ranged.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, so I'll be like, you know, with Syd up
Yeah,
front.
Your old pal Syd.
With my old pal,
Which is
who I
how
just
I
met a
refer
day
to
ago.
I refer
Okay.
to myself as your old pal Syd now.
Oh yes.
We've had a battle together. You're my
We've
old
had a
pal.
battle. We go way back.
Yeah.
The stories are there.
They
exactly.
bond through violence.
Exactly.
Okay. Perfect. So what you are going to do is so as you start to head down the trail, you actually see that it like very kind of leads you past some thickets, so it was hidden. And you do realize that these creatures have been using this exact kind of place to stage ambushes for some time. Lishka, as you are kind of observing your surroundings, I'm going to ask you to make a survival check.
Okay.
So that's once again in the big list of checks.
20.
Perfect. So Lishka, you actually, as you're kind of looking at the trail, because you're used to, tracking and stuff, you recognize that about a dozen goblins have come and gone along this trail, and there are also signs of 2 bodies being hauled away from the ambush site. So it tracks with the idea that they have taken Gundrin and Sildar.
Okay.
So after about 10 minutes heading down the trail, so Syd, are you carrying
I feel
Barry?
like I think she does not trust him, even like a little bit. There is not 1 inch of Syd that trusts Barry. So yeah, she is carrying Barry and being like, "You tell me where to go."
Okay, so Barry is leading the way. but Barry does not say anything. You actually catch it yourself. You actually see that there is a snare right in front of you. And Barry doesn't say shit. Like, Barry is just like, this way!
I was right not to trust that goblin. Fucking Barry.
Fucking Barry.
And Syd does see it automatically. Lishka and Mary, you guys also see it automatically, but you will have to warn Nerissa for her to not
so
step
like
in
Syd
it.
would stop and she'd be like, fucking Barry, stop.
I was in the middle of my new song, Sit on His Face, Put Him in His Place. So yeah, I was definitely like daydreaming a bit too much. But I thank you, Syd, for stopping me.
Okay, and then I'll be like, I was right not to trust him. Look, I'm gonna point it out to you.
And you see the snare just waiting for some passerby to step in.
I shake him and I'm like, why didn't you say shit?
I didn't know it was there! My
I'm
fault!
gonna say, Barry, you're full of shit.
So this is an instance where you could roll for insight to see if he's lying.
I could do that.
So you can go to your list of skills that start with acrobatics, animal handling, etc., etc. Roll down to insight and press the number next to it. Do you want me to share my screen to show you? It's on the left side.
I see it, yeah. So it's, yeah. I click inside?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I roll 8.
Okay. So immediately Nerissa's like, Barry, you're full of shit. But then she sees his little goblin face, and it's like kind of cute. And she's like, maybe he didn't know.
Thank you, though.
Can Syd also roll insight?
Yes, Syd can. 2 people can. Yes. Go ahead, Syd.
It's 50.
Okay. So Syd knows that he's lying.
Yeah.
Nerissa,
so
he is full of shit.
Oh god.
I mean, like, I knew it was there, but you gotta give people benefit of the doubt. And that's
Nerissa,
why.
his name's fucking Barry. Fucking Barry.
See, this is why I asked you on this quest. Gundrin and I, we saw it. This is why we need you.
Fucking Barry.
Fucking Barry.
Can we get past? Is there space to get past it? How do we get around it? Do we disarm it?
Yeah. Now that you
Yes,
know
then.
it, now that you see it, you can walk around it. It's not a problem. But cool. So you guys walk around it. Do you just keep holding Barry? You don't do anything else.
I'm not letting him go.
You
Okay.
don't chuck him in the snare. You don't like.
We need him to show where we're going, otherwise, yes, I would.
Okay, cool. So then you guys continue to walk, and Barry continues to lead the way. And as you guys, after another like 10 minutes down the trail, I'm gonna have Syd. I'm gonna have you roll a perception check.
Okie dokie. Where is it? Perception. Where are you? There you are. That's not good. I got a 3.
Okay.
Syd's
So
not
in
very
front
perceptive.
of everyone's eyes, the ground beneath Syd starts to crumble.
Oh,
And
bitch.
Syd, you are going to have to roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay. It's a 10.
Perfect. That's just enough. So with
Yeah, save yourself.
finesse, Syd just jumps out. She starts to feel the ground start to shake, and so she just jumps out of the way. But what I am going to have you do is I'm going to have you roll one more check for strength to make sure that you still hold on to Barry.
Don't let him go.
Oh, I got a 13 on that. I think we're alright. Strength is his strong point.
Right. Okay, cool. So as he senses you kind of starting to tumble, Barry does try to break free, but you just hold on tighter and you jump out of the way. So Syd is safe, and you guys actually see that it was a pit that was also a trap on the way.
Barry!
Fucking Barry.
And he's like, "What? I didn't do anything."
Can we have
Classic
a sit down
Barry.
with Barry for a second, just to
You can.
Okay,
because I want
chuck
to
him on
know
the ground.
where we're going for real, because my bro Gundrin, he's waiting for me.
Okay. So you guys get past the pit, and you all have a little sit down with Barry.
Yes.
What do you do, Nerissa? Tell us.
I'm gonna like hold Barry up by the scruff of the neck to kind of intimidate him a little.
Okay. Will you
Yeah.
roll for intimidation?
Hello there, it's me again. So, this is the point where the audio failed and got lost in another realm. So, let me catch you up before we enter the rest of the journey. Our adventurers have a sit down with Barry to get to the truth about the whereabouts of Sildar and Gundrin. Nerissa yells vicious things at him to make him give the correct directions. And Syd, well, she tries her best not to choke him. Let us continue.
So Barry's like, just let me
Not very
go,
intimidating.
stupid bearded lady. Let me go. Let me go. And he starts like a portion of the map. Just 1 second. I move you.
Oh, we're going that way. Oh, of course, this was the dangerous way.
All right. Can you guys confirm that you see a new map now?
I
Yes.
see a black. Yeah.
Scroll out or zoom out, I should say.
It's still very pixelated. Oh, it's good now.
It's weirdly pixelated
Okay.
for me.
Cool.
You
Yeah, it's a little
got
bit blurry, but other than that. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I get it now.
Cool. So just like Barry said, it was just you guys were basically just there. Following the Goblins' trail, you come across a large cave in a hillside 5 miles from the scene of the ambush. A shallow stream flows out of the cave mouth, which is screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow, dry path leads into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream. So this is what you guys see in front of you. Barry goes, "Okay, we're here. Can I go now?"
No.
I don't like the tone of how he said that.
What? And he just kind of keeps getting louder and louder. And he's like, "What? Why?
Okay,
What's
Syd
going
grabs a bit of,
on?"
like... Okay, Syd has nothing to hand, so she just grabs her beard and like shoves it in his mouth.
Yes. Yes. I was just gonna be like, girl, we better shut him up.
So yeah, not
Okay.
having anything to hand and one hand being occupied, she just grabs the closest thing to her mouth, to his mouth, which is her beard.
Her beard, yeah.
Okay, I gesture to everyone to be silent, and I like gesture to Nerissa, that's me, lol, to Lishka, to be like, girl, can you guys like check out them surroundings to see what's going on?
Should I do that?
So
Well,
what
I-
you can do
I kindly
is
asked you.
I know, but does the dungeon master allow it?
yes, that is definitely allowed and encouraged.
So investigation.
It's actually going to be stealth.
Okay.
So in order to avoid being seen or heard, I'll have you roll a stealth check.
8.
Okay.
I
Okay,
got
just
8.
1 second. Okay. So Nerissa, what'd you get?
9.
Lishka got 8.
Mm-hmm.
Syd?
I got 18.
Perfect. And Mary got 11.
11.
Cool.
Yes, Mary, get it?
Syd, you are first.
So, he's tied up still.
Yes.
Barry.
Yeah.
All right. So, I feel like I'm gonna drop Barry in the stream,
Okay.
Okay.
and then run over and smack him.
And smack
Yes.
these guys?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Can I do that? All right. So I'm gonna run over and hit this guy because I'm just gonna charge straight line, do what Syd does best.
Okay. And just to be clear, you are charging through the thickets. Like Syd just runs straight across the stream, and then through the bushes. So now she has bush in her beard and in her hair. Okay,
Exactly.
perfect.
So she drops the goblin in the water and then just tries to make a plow
Yeah.
through those bushes.
Okay, cool.
And she's gonna smack the first one with her hand axe.
How does she not get shot?
It's because of initiative, yeah.
It's gonna be 7. I'm quick.
So basically, just a bit of D&D lore. So every round is supposed to be 6 seconds. So the idea is that this all happens super, super fast. So because Syd had the quickest reaction time, she books it over. So then the goblins next, and then they would attack back or whatever. But all of this is supposed to just happen within,
So she swings back round and just misses because she's doing this weird pirouette thing that she's not used to doing.
So before his very eyes, the goblin that was just chilling there with his bro, like, witnesses him just be chopped down in one fell swoop.
Oh my god.
And he immediately goes, Harry!
Harry!
And that goblin is, like, so pissed. He can't even believe that you just charged in here. So he's going to attack. For a 20 to hit, not natural.
Ooh, yeah, that's a hit.
And he is going to do 4 piercing damage.
Jesus.
Okay, 4 damage.
And next is Mary.
I'm still a bit bewildered after seeing like Syd just yeet over the river. So I'm gonna take like a little bit more cautious approach. I'm not gonna kind of charge, but I'm gonna follow kind of behind Syd to come and see if I can. I've got my shield in front of me, my mace again, and I'm a little bit scared what I'm gonna find. But I'm gonna go and try and bash the other goblin.
Okay, so I'm actually going to say that you have a bit of a harder time getting through like the thicket than Syd does.
Running, yeah, I'm like picking my way, like trying not to get scratched.
So like you still have enough movement, but just like for the visual of it, yeah, you could either follow Syd's footsteps, so because she's already like taken down quite a bit.
I'm trying to go on through the path she's cleared.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Okay,
but to step over.
Yeah.
I'm coming, Syd. Oh,
So yeah, I arrive. I almost like pat myself down and then try and just bop him with my mace.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm gonna roll another 3 to hit.
Mary's very distracted and and he hates having all of this like brush on him, and he just kind of flings his mace and he completely misses. And the goblin in front of you is like, what? And
Seriously?
next is Nerissa.
Okay, so I see the situations that's happening. I see my man Mary, he's having a hard time. But I also see Barry in the river trying to, get away from us. So I'm going to stay right where I am to keep an eye on Barry. And can I cast a spell?
Yeah.
Then I would like to cast Dissonant Whispers, and then obviously targeted towards what's his face? Carrie?
No, it's Harry.
Harry.
No, Harry's dead.
Harry's the dead one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know what's
Harry was okay.
who's this goblin?
So yeah, sure, Carrie is fine. But one thing I will say, just as like out of game tip. So Dissonant Whispers does a lot of damage.
Okay.
And from what you've gathered from Syd just kind of chopping them down, these goblins are quite weak.
Uh-huh.
And since you only have 2 spell slots, meaning you can only cast these spells twice in between rests, it might be smarter to wait to use this on a bigger enemy. You can still use it, go for it, but I'm just saying, like, as a tip, as a first-time D&D player, that's a lot of damage, and it might be better for a tougher thing that you need to fight.
Yeah, for like the guy that's keeping my man Gundrin, you know? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, no, I get it. But like, I don't want to get my clothes, like, But okay, I need to go there for my girl Syd.
You can still cast Vicious Mockery. You can cast that as many times as you want.
Can I just like, can I throw my sword at Gary?
You can't, but you can throw your dagger.
Alright, so here all of the audio got lost. So I'll fill you in on the last part of the story. Nerissa throws her dagger at Carrie the Goblin. It misses, and also goes straight past Mary, who is still over there frightened and all. Lishka then shoots an arrow at the goblin, but also misses. Lastly, Syd finishes the job in true character. But in the midst of the fight, Barry manages to run away. Our adventurers all yell, full of agony, "Barry!" And here, our first episode ends. If you've made it all the way to the end, congratulations to you. If you liked this video and would love to see more like this, do grace us with a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. See you on the next one!